Hello dear students, in previous class we have solved up to question number 32 of exercise 5.5. Today we will start from question number 33. So let's read the question number 33 very carefully. Two pipes running together can fill a tank in 11 hole 1/9 minutes. If one pipe takes 5 minutes more than the other to fill the tank, find the time in which each pipe would fill the tank. Okay, so two pipes are there. If the pipes are open together, okay, and they are running together, then they can fill the tank in 11 hole 1/9 minutes. If one pipe takes 5 minutes more than the other to fill the tank, find the time in which each pipe would fill the tank. Now you have to find the time taken by each pipe to fill the tank. So let the first pipe can fill the tank in x minutes, then the second pipe can fill the tank in x plus 5 minutes, because another pipe is taking 5 minutes more than the other pipe. Okay, so if one pipe is taking x minutes to fill, okay, so other pipe will take x plus 5 minutes to fill the tank. Okay, so part of the tank filled by the first pipe in 1 minute, so total is filled in x minute, and whole part is considered as 1. So in x minutes filled 1, so in 1 minute 1/x, because the whole part we considered as 1. Okay, so part of the tank filled by the first pipe in 1 minute, that is 1/x. Part of the tank filled by the second pipe in 1 minute, that is 1/x plus 9. Okay, because total part is 1 we considered, so in 1 minute 1/x plus 5. Part of the tank filled when two pipes are running together in 1 minute. Okay, part of the tank filled when two pipes are running together in 1 minute, because it is told that total is filled in 11 hole 1/9. Total is filled in 11 hole 1/9 minute. So in 1 minute how much? The whole part divided by the time. Okay, so 1/100/9, that is 9/100. So this part is filled in 1 minute by these two pipes. When two pipes are running together, then in 1 minute 9/100 part of the tank that is filled. So according to the question, in 1 minute filled by the first pipe, that is 1/x. In 1 minute filled by the second pipe, this is 1/x plus 5, and this when it means the sum of these two is the part that is filled together when they are opened. So 9/100. So in 1 minute filled by first, 1 minute filled by second, and this is in 1 minute two pipes are running together, means by it is filled by first and second pipe in 1 minute. So 1/x plus 1/x plus 5, that is equals to 9/100. Now take the LCM. So it will be x plus 5 plus x. Now simplify. So after simplifying, we have got 2x plus 5 and denominator x square plus 5x equals to 9/100. Now do cross multiplication. So 9 into x square, 9x square, 9 into 5x, 45x, and 100 into 2x, that is 200x, 100 into 5 is 500. Now take all these term in left hand side. So 9x square plus 45x minus 200 minus 500. So 9x square minus 155x minus 500 equals to 0. Now you have to split in two parts. So 9 into 500. Okay, the product will be split in the form of minus 180x plus 25x minus 500 equals to 0. So from these two take 9x common, so x minus 20, and from these two take 25 common, so x minus 20, that is equals to 0. Now x minus 20 can be taken common, and 9x plus 25, that is equals to 0. So by 0 product rule, x minus 20 equals to 0, or 9x plus 25 equals to 0. So x equals to 20, or 9x equals to minus 25, x equals to 20, or x equals to minus 25/9. But x equals to minus 25/9 is not possible, because time can never be negative. Hence the first pipe can fill the tank in 20 minutes and second pipe can fill the tank in 25 minutes, because second pipe is taking 5 minutes more. Okay, now come to the next question. Next is question number 34, first part. So it is given that rupees 480 is divided equally among x children. If the number of children were 20 more, then each would have got rupees 12 less. Find the value of x. So total money is 480. Okay, and you have to divide into x children. So given that the total money is equals to 480 and number of children is x, so the money each children will get, total money divided by number of student, means 480 upon x. If the number of children were 20 more, number of children were 20 more, then each children will go would have got rupees 480. Now number of children is changed and 20 more, so it will be x plus 20. Okay, so first time they were getting 48, each children were getting 480 upon x, and now each children is getting 480 upon x plus 20, and it is told that then each would have got 12 less. In this case each is getting 12 less, so this is less than that one by how much? 12. So according to the question, 480 upon x minus 480 upon x plus 20, that is equals to 12. Now take the LCM, then 480 into x plus 20 minus 480 into x equals to 12. Now multiply, then 480 and 480x 4 cancel out, so 9600 upon x square plus 20x equals to 12. Now do the cross multiplication, so 12x square plus 240x, and this is equals to 9600. 12x square plus 240x minus 9600 equals to 0. Now divide both sides by 12, so it will be x square plus 20x minus 800x equals to 0. Now 20x can be written as plus 40x minus 20x minus 800 equals to 0. Now from these two take x common, so x into x plus 40 minus 20 into x plus 40, that is equals to 0. Okay, now x plus 40 can be taken common. So x plus 40 we have taken common, so x plus 40 into x minus 20, that is equals to 0, implies that x plus 40 equals to 0 or x minus 20 equals to 0, implies that x equals to minus 40 and x equals to 20. But x equals to minus 40 is not possible because number of children can never be negative, so that's why, hence the value of x is 20. That is done. Now come to the second part. In second part it is given that rupees 7500 were divided equally among a certain number of children. Had there been 20 less children, each would have received rupees 100 more. Find the original number of children. Okay, just like the previous one, but here the number of children will be less and they will get 100 rupees more. So let the original number of children be x. Total amount of money is 7500, so the money each children gets rupees 7500 upon x. Each children will get this amount of money. Had there been 20 less children, each would have received rupees 7500 upon x minus 20. Okay, because in the when number of children will be 20 less, then the number of children will be x minus 20, and the amount of money is fixed 7500 and divided by x minus 20. According to the question, 7500 upon x minus 20, this money is more because each is getting more by how much? 100 rupees. So this one minus the previous money that the each student were getting, so this will be equals to 100. Now take the LCM, so x minus 20 into x, so 7500x minus 7500 into x minus 20, that is equals to 100. Now simplify, so 7500 minus 7500 plus this is 1,50,000, that is equals to 100. Now this will be cancelled out. Now simplify this. So after simplifying we have got 1,50,000 upon x square minus 20x equals to 100. Now do cross multiplication, so it will be 100x square minus 2000x equals to 1,50,000. Okay, so this take 1,50,000 in left hand side, so it will be 100x square minus 2000x minus 1,50,000 equals to 0. Now divide both sides by 100, so it will be x square minus 20x minus 1500 equals to 0. Now minus 20x can be written as minus 50x plus 30x. Now from these two take common x, so x minus 50, and from these two take 30 common, so x minus 50, that is equals to 0. Now x minus 50 can be taken common, so x minus 50 into x plus 30, that is equals to 0. Now use zero product rule, so x minus 50 equals to 0 and x plus 30 equals to 0. So x equals to 50 and x equals to minus 30. But x equals to minus 30 is not possible because number of children can never be negative. So hence the original number of children, that is equals to 50. Okay. Now come to the next question, that is question number 35. 2x articles cost rupees 5x plus 54 and x plus 2 similar articles cost rupees 10x minus 4. Find the value of x. Same article, okay, same article, 2x article cost rupees 5x plus 54 and x plus 2 similar article cost 10x minus 4. Okay, so given that 2x article cost rupees 5x plus 54, so the cost of each article, so the total money divided by number of articles, so this is the cost of each article, means one article. Now x plus 2 similar article cost rupees 10x minus 4. So cost of each article, that will be it means cost of one article, total money divided by number of articles. So these two articles are same article, so cost of one article will be same. So cost of one article is this one and cost of one article is this one. These two will be equal according to the question. So equate them. According to the question, 5x plus 54 upon 2x equals to 10x minus 4 upon x plus 2. Now do cross multiplication. So 5x plus 54 into x plus 2 and here 2x into 10x minus 4. If you multiply, so 5x square plus 10x plus 54x plus 108. If you multiply, then it will be 20x square minus 8x. So 5x square plus 54x plus 10x is 64x plus 108 and 20x square minus 8x. Now take all this term in left hand side, so it will be 5x square plus 64x plus 108 minus 20x square plus 8x equals to 0. Now 5x square and minus 20x square, so it will be minus 15x square and 64x and 8x, that will be 72x, and here it will be 108. Now multiply both sides by minus 1, so this minus will become plus, this plus will become minus, this plus will become minus. Okay. Now divide both sides by 3, so it will be 5x square minus 24x minus 36 equals to 0. Now 24x can be written as 30x plus 6x. So minus 30x plus 6x, again it is minus 24x. So from these two you can take 5x common, so x minus 6, and from these two you can take 6 common, so x minus 6. Now from these two you can take x minus 6 common, so 5x plus 6 equals to 0. So x minus 6 equal to 0 or 5x plus 6 equals to 0. X equals to 6 or 5x equals to minus 6. X equals to 6 or x equals to minus 6 upon 5. But x equals to minus 6 upon 5 is not possible because number of articles can never be in fraction, okay, or can never be negative also. Okay, number of articles will be in natural number, maybe 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on. So hence the value of x, that is 6. Now come to the next question. Next is question number 36. In question number 36 it is given that a trader buys x articles for a total cost of rupees 600. Write down the cost of one article in terms of x. If the cost per article were rupees 5 more, the number of articles that can be bought for rupees 600 would be 4 less. Write down the equation in x for the above situation and solve it for x. So it is given that a trader buys x articles for a total cost of rupees 600. So cost of x article, that is equals to 600. Therefore the cost of one article equals to rupees 600 upon x. If the cost per article were rupees 5 more, the number of articles that can be bought for rupees 600, that is x minus 4. Okay, when the cost will be 5 rupees less for one article, then in 600 rupees how much article you can bought? X minus 4. Then the cost of each article now 600 upon x minus 4. Okay, because in this case it is told that when rupees 5 more, cost of one each article is 5 more, then the number of articles can be bought for rupees 600 is be 4 less. Previously it was x, so now it will be x minus 4. So cost of each article is 600 upon x minus 4, and it is given that here cost of each article is 600 upon x, and here cost of each article is 600 upon x minus 4. So this is 5 more, this is rupees 5 more, so this one is more than this one by how much? 5. So 600 upon x minus 4 minus 600 upon x, that is equals to 5. So if you subtract, then LCM is x minus 4 into x, then 600 into x minus 600 into x minus 4. If you simplify, then 600x and 600x cancel out, 2400, 2400 upon x square minus 4x equals to 5. Now do cross multiplication, so 5x square minus 20x equals to 2400. Okay, now divide both side by 5, so x square minus 4x minus 480 equals to 0. Now x square minus 4x can be written as minus 24x plus 20x minus 480, that is equals to 0. Now you have to take common. So if you take x common, then x minus 24, and if you take 20 common, then x minus 24, that is equals to 0. So x minus 24 you can take in common, so x plus 20, here it will be x plus 20, x minus 24 equals to 0, or x plus 20 equals to 0. So x equals 24 and x equals to minus 20. X equals to minus 20 is not possible because the number of particles can never be negative, hence the value of x is 24. Now come to the next question, that is question number 37. In question number 37, it is given that a shopkeeper buys a certain number of books for rupees 960. If the cost per book was rupees 8 less, the number of books that could be bought for rupees 960 would be 4 more. Taking the original cost of each book to be rupees x, write an equation in x and solve it to find the original cost of each book. So let the original cost of each book be x. The number of books could be bought for rupees 960 is 960 upon x. Okay, now if the cost per book was 8 less, means now the cost per book is x minus 8. Previously it was x cost per book, now cost per book is 8 less, so now the cost per book is x minus 8. Then the number of books could be bought for rupees 960, that is 960 upon x minus 8. And here it is told that if the cost per book is 8 less, then you can buy 4 more books. Okay, so this is more than that one. Okay, in that case you can buy 960 upon x books, in this case you can buy 960 upon x minus 8 books. So this is 4 more than this one, so 960 upon x minus 8 minus 960 upon x, that is equals to 4. Okay, implies that take the LCM, so 960x minus 960 into x minus 8, so if you simplify 960x and 960x, that will be cancelled out, so it will be 7680 upon x square minus 8x, that is equals to 4. Now do cross multiplication. Implies that 4x square minus 32x equals to 7680, implies that 4x square minus 32x, and you take this one in left hand side. Now divide both side by 4, so it will be x square minus 8x minus 1920 equals to 0. Now a minus 8x can be written as minus 48x plus 40x minus 1920 equals to 0. Implies that x into x minus 48 plus 40 into x minus 48, that is equals to 0. Implies that x minus 48 into x plus 40, that is equals to 0. Implies that x minus 48 equals to 0, or x plus 40 equals to 0. Implies that x equals to 48, x equals to minus 40. X equals to minus 40 is not possible because cost of each book can never be negative. So that's why cost of each book is rupees 48. Okay, now come to the next question, that is question number 38. In question number 38, it is given that a piece of cloth cost rupees 300 if the piece was 5 meter longer, and each meter of cloth cost rupees 2 less, and each meter of cloth cost rupees 2 less, the cost of the piece would have remained unchanged. How long is the original piece of the cloth, and what is the rate per meter? Okay, so a piece of cloth is there which cost rupees 300, and it is told that if the piece was 5 meter longer, if the piece was 5 meter longer, okay, than the original, and each meter of cloth cost rupees 2 less, then the cost of the piece would have remained unchanged, it will be 300 again. Okay, then you have to find how long is the original piece of the cloth and what is the rate per meter. So what we have to find, so let the length of the original piece was x meter, total cost of the cloth given, that is 300. So cost of the cloth per meter, that is equals to 300 upon x. So this is the cost per meter, 300 upon x. If the piece was 5 meter longer, if the piece was 5 meter longer and each meter was cloth, each meter of cloth cost rupees 2 less, then the cost of the piece would be rupees. Now it is told that 5 meter longer, it was previously it was x meter, now 5 meter longer means x plus 5, and cost per meter is 2 less, this is cost per meter, so 2 less means minus 2, then product will be the cost of the total piece. Okay, so simplify. So x plus 5 into 300 minus, take LCM is as x, so 300 minus 2x upon x, so x plus 5 into 300 minus 2x upon x. Okay, now so multiply, so 300x minus 2x square plus 1500 minus 10x, so minus 2x square plus 290x plus 1500 upon x. So this is the cost of the cloth and this is remain unchanged. So according to the question, minus 2x square plus 290x plus 1500 upon x, that is equals to 300. Now do cross multiplication. So minus 2x square plus 290x plus 1500 equals to 300x, and take 300x in left hand side, it will be minus 2x square minus 10x plus 1500 equals to 0. Now multiply by minus 1, so it will be 2x square, it will be plus 10x, it will be minus 1500. Now divide both sides by 2, so it will be x square plus 5x minus 750 equals to 0. Now 5x can be written as 30x minus 25x, and minus 750 equals to 0. Now from these two take x common, from these two take 25 common, so it will be x into x plus 30 minus 25 into x plus 30. Now x plus 30 can be taken common, so x plus 30 into x minus 25 equals to 0. So x plus 30 equals to 0 and x minus 25 equals to 0, implies that x equals to minus 30 or x equals to 25. But x equals to minus 30 is not possible because length of the cloth can never be negative. So hence the original piece of the cloth is 25 meter long, and the rate per meter is total cost is 300 and length of the cloth is 25 meters, so cost per meter, that is equals to 12 rupees. Okay, now come to the next question. Next is question number 39. In question number 39, it is given that the hotel bill for a number of people for overnight stay is 4,800. If there were four more, the bill each person had to pay would have reduced by rupees 200. Find the number of people staying overnight. Okay, so for some number of people, it is not given, for some number of people the cost of the overnight stay, that is rupees 4,800. If there were four more, if the number of people staying is more, then each has to pay rupees 1200 less, means it will be reduced. If the number of people get reduced, then each have to pay more. If the number of people is more, then they have to pay less. Okay, find the number of people staying overnight. Okay, because the money that is fixed 4,800, this is fixed, that they have to pay. If the number of people increase, then cost per each person, that will be reduced. So let the number of per people staying overnight be x. The total bill given, that is rupees 4,800. Therefore the bill each person has to pay, that is rupees 4,800 upon x. Total cost, total money that they have to pay, a number of people. Now if there were four more means number of people will be 4 more. Previously it was x, now it will be x plus 4. Then each person had to pay rupees 4,800 upon x plus 4, because now the number of people is x plus 4. Then the money that has to pay by each person will be 200 less. So this is less than this one. By how much? 200. So according to the question, 4,800 upon x minus 4,800 upon x plus 4, that is equals to 200. Now simplify. So x into x plus 4, that is the LCM. Now after simplifying, it will be 4,800 into x plus 4 minus 4,800 x. Now 4,800 x, that will be cancelled out. So 19,200 upon x square plus 4x, that is equals to 200. Now do cross multiplication, so it will be 200x square plus 800x equals to 19,200. Implies that 200x square plus 800x minus 19,200 equals to 0. Now divide both sides by 200, so it will be x square plus 4x minus 96, and 4x can be written as plus 12x minus 8x minus 96 equal to 0. Now from this to take x common, so x into x plus 12, and from this to take 8 common, so 8 into x plus 12, that is equals to 0. So x plus 12 into x minus 8, that is equals to 0. Implies that x plus 12 equals to 0 or x minus 8 equals to 0. Okay, now simplify. Implies that x equals to minus 12 or x equals to 8, but x equals to minus 12 it is not possible because the number of person can never be negative. That's why the number of person staying overnight, that will be equals to 8, the positive value. Okay, now next is question number 40. In question number 40 it is given that a person was given rupees 3,000 for a tour. If he extends his tour program by 5 days, he must cut down his daily expenses by rupees 20. Find the number of days of his tour program. Okay, so let the number of days of the person's tour be x days. Total money given to the person for the tour, that is rupees 3,000. So therefore his daily expenses equals to total money divided by number of days. So this is money per day. His daily expenses means in a day he can expend 3,000 upon x rupees. If he extend his tour program by 5 days, means the number of days will be now x plus 5. Then his daily expenses will be how much? Rupees 3,000 upon x plus 5. And this expenses is, daily expenses is rupees 20 less than the previous one. Okay, so this is less than this one, means 3,000 upon x minus 3,000 upon x plus 5, that is equals to 20. Now take the LCM. 3,000 into x plus 5 minus 3,000x equals 20. Now simplify, so 3,000x plus 15,000 minus 3,000x upon x square plus 5x. So 3,000x and 3,000x cancel out, so 15,000 upon x square plus 5x equals to 20. Now do cross multiplication, so 20x square plus 100x equals to 15,000. Now take 15,000 in left hand side. So 20x square plus 100x minus 15,000, that is equals to 0. Implies that x square plus 5x minus 750, that is equals to 0. Implies that x square and 5x can be written as 30x minus 25x minus 750 equals to 0. Now take x common, and from this to take 25 common. So x plus 30 and x plus 30 you will get. So take x plus 30 common, so x minus 25 equals to 0. Implies that x plus 30 equals to 0 or x minus 25 equals to 0. Implies that x equals to minus 30 or x equals to 25. But x equal to minus 30 is not possible because number of days can never be negative. Hence the number of days of his tour program is equals to 25 days. Now come to the next question, that is question number 41. In question number 41 it is given that Ritu bought a sari for rupees 60 x and sold it for rupees 500 plus 4x at a loss of x%. Find the cost price. Okay, so you have to find the cost price, CP. Given that the cost price of the sari, this is rupees 60x, selling price of the sari is rupees 500 plus 4x, and percentage of loss is given x%. So loss equals to CP minus SP, because this is, here it is loss percent is given, means definitely after selling the sari she is facing loss. So loss equals to CP minus SP, that is 60x minus 500 minus 4x. So 60x minus 500 minus 4x, that is equals to 56x minus 500. So this is the loss. Okay, and loss percent will be loss upon CP multiplied by 100. So according to the question, loss upon CP, that is 600x multiplied by 100 equals to x, because this is given loss percent. Loss percent is CP upon loss upon CP multiplied by 100. This is telling that this is the loss percent. Loss percent is given how much? X. So this is equals to x according to the question. Now simplify. Implies that 5600x minus 50,000 upon 60x equals to x. Now do cross multiplication, so it will be 60x square equals to 5600x minus 50,000, implies that 60x square minus 5600x plus 50,000 equals to 0. Now divide both side by 20, so it will be 3x square minus 280x plus 2500 equals to 0. Now to minus 280x can be written as minus 250x minus 30x, okay, and plus 2500. Now take x common from these two, so 3x minus 250, and from these two take 10 common, so x 10 into 3x minus 250. So 3x minus 250 can be taken common, and x minus 10 will be remaining. So 3x minus 250 equals to 0, or x minus 10 equals to 0. 3x equals to 250 or x equals to 10. So x equals to 250 upon 3 or x equals to 10. So but x equals to 250 upon 3 is not possible because loss percent can be so high. See this, x equals to 250 upon 3. So this will be 83%, near about 83%. So this is not possible because loss percent can't be so high. So hence the cost price equals to so the value of x is 10. So the cost price equals to 60x it was. So 60 into 10, that is 600. So CP is 600. That is the cost price is 600. Now come to the next question. That is question number 42. In question number 42, first part, it is given that the sum of the ages of Vivek and his younger brother Amit is 47 years. Okay, and it is given that the product of their ages in years is 550. Find their ages. So this is your homework. You will solve by yourself. See this. Sum is given 47. So if age of Vivek is x, then age of Amit will be 47 minus x, and their product is given 550. So x into 47 minus x, that is equals to 550. Now you will simplify, you will get the answer. Now come to the next question. Next is question number 42, second part. In second part it is given that Paul is x years old and his father's age is twice the square of Paul's age. 10 years hence, father's age will be 4 times Paul's age. Find their present ages. Okay, it is given that Paul's age equals to x years, and then his father's age is 2x square. It is because it is told that the father age of Paul's father, that is twice the square of Paul's age. Twice the square of Paul's age. So square of Paul's age is x square, and twice means 2x square. Okay. 10 years hence, Paul's age will be x plus 10, and his father's age will be 2x square plus 10. And it is told that after 10 years, the father's age will be 4 times Paul's age. So father's age is 2x square plus 10, and Paul's age is x plus 10. So 4 into Paul's age, that will be equals to father's age. Now simplify, then you will get the answer. Okay, so you can do by yourself. Okay, now come to the next question. Next is question number 43. The age of a man is twice the square of the age of his son. 8 years hence, the age of the man will be 4 years more than 3 times the age of his son. Find their present ages. Okay, so it is given that the age of the father is 2 times the square of his son's age. Okay, so let the present age of the son be x, then the present age of the man, that is 2x square, means 2 times the square of his son's age, so 2x square. After 8 years, the age of the son will be x plus 8, and the age of the man will be 2x square plus 8. And it is given that the condition that 8 years hence, the age of the man will be 4 years more than 3 times the age of the son. So age of the man will be 4 more than 3 times the age of the son. So 3 times the age of the son is 3 into x plus 8, and 4 more, so plus 4. Now you simplify, you can do it easily. Okay, try to simplify this one. Now come to the next question. Next is question number 44. 2 years ago, a man's age was 3 times the square of his daughter's age. 3 years hence, his age will be 4 times his daughter's age. Find their present ages. Okay. So it is given that 2 years ago, a man's age was 3 times the square of his daughter's age. Okay. So let 2 years ago the age of the daughter was x. Then at that time the age of the man was 3x square, because it is given that the age of the man was 3 times the square of his daughter's age. Okay. Therefore the present age of the daughter is, this is 2 years ago, so present age will be x plus 2, and this is 3 years ago, so present age will be 3x square plus 2. Okay. This is, suppose this is 2020, so this age is given, this x years was at 2018, so it in 2020 it will be x plus 2, that is the present age, and in 2020 this age will be 3x square plus 2. This is the present age. Now second condition, it is given that 3 years hence his age will be 4 times his daughter's age. 3 years hence means 3 years hence the age of the daughter will be present age plus 3. Present age is x plus 2 plus 3, that is x plus 5 years, and the age of the man is 3x square plus 2, that is the present age, plus 3, that is equals to 3x square plus 5 years, and it is told that age of the man will be 4 times the age of the daughter. So age of the man, that is 3x square plus 5, equals to 4 into the age of the daughter. So you can simplify and you can get the answer very easily. Now come to the next question. Next is question number 45. The length of the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle exceeds the length of one side by 2 cm, exceeds twice the length of the other side by 1 cm. Find the length of each sides, also find the perimeter of the and the area of the triangle. So let the length of one side of the right angle triangle be x meter. Then the hypotenuse is 2x plus 1, because in your condition it is given that the length of the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle exceeds the length of one side, exceeds the length of one side by 2 cm, and exceeds twice the length of the other side by 1 cm. Okay, so hypotenuse is exceeds the other side by twice the length of the other side by 1 cm. So 2x plus 1. So hypotenuse is 2x plus 1, because it is told that if the one side is x, then the hypotenuse is exceeds twice the length of the other side by 1. So twice the other length means 2x, and by 1, so plus 1. So this is the length of the hypotenuse. And other condition is given that hypotenuse exceeds the other side by 2 centimeter, means 2 centimeter more than the other side. So other side will be how much? 2x plus 1 minus 2. Okay, because this is more. By how much? 2 centimeter. So if you subtract 2 from that, then you will get the other side, that is 2x minus 1. Okay. By Pythagoras theorem, we get that hypotenuse square equals to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Okay, then we have taken a plus b whole square formula, x square a minus b whole square formula. Then we have simplified. Then we have taken here 1. If we have taken in left hand side, so plus 1 and minus 1 cancel out, so minus x square and plus 8x. So if you multiply both sides by minus 1, so it will be x square minus 8x, that is equals to 0. So if you take x common, so x into x minus 8, that is equals to 0, implies that x equals to 0 or x minus 8 equals to 0, implies that x equals to 0 or x equals to 8. But x equals to 0 is not possible, because length of the side can never be 0. Hence the length of the sides are 8 centimeter. One side will be 8, hypotenuse will be 8 to the 16 plus 1, 17. Okay, and other side is 8 to the 16 minus 1, that is 15. So 8, 15 and 17, and the perimeter will be sum of the three sides, that is 8 plus 15 plus 17, that is 40 centimeter, and area is half into base into height. Base is 4 and height is 15, so by 2 if you cancel out 4 15s are 60 centimeter square. Okay. But another alternate method you can use for this question. Okay, you can use x and y, both variable. Okay, two variable for solving this question number 45. So let's see that alternate method also. So alternate method of question number 45. Let the length of the other two sides be x and y. One side is x and other side is y. Then the hypotenuse is equals to x plus 2 or 2y plus 1, because two conditions are given. Because two conditions is given, one side is 2 centimeter, one side is 2 centimeter less than the hypotenuse, means hypotenuse is 2 centimeter more, and other condition is given that the other side is exceeds by the other side, the hypotenuse exceeds the other sides by 2 is the length of the other side by 1. So 2y plus 1, these two are the length of the hypotenuse. According to the question, x plus 2 equals to 2y plus 1, then you will get this condition. So x equals to 2y minus 1. And by Pythagoras theorem, sum of the squares of the other two sides equals to hypotenuse square, then you will get this equation. Now here we have got x, so you will place the value of x here, so this equation will become in single variable, that is of x. Then you will simplify. After simplifying, you will get y equals to 8. So y equals to 8, if you substitute in here, then you will get x equals to 15. So x equals to 15, y equals to 8. So 8, 15, these are the two sides, and other side, if you place here 8 equals to y equals to 8, then 8 to the 16 plus 1, 17. Or if you take place x equals to 15, so 15 plus 2 again 17, so hypotenuse is 17. So by this method also you can solve. Now come to the next question. Next is question number 46, the last chapter of this question. It is given that if twice the area of a smaller square is subtracted from the area of a larger square, the result is 14 centimeter square. However, if twice the area of the larger square is added to 3 times the area of the smaller square, the result is 203 centimeter square. Determine the sides of two squares. Okay, so let the length of the sides of the smaller square is x centimeter. Okay, so area of the smaller square is x square centimeter square, and area of the larger square is 2x square plus 14, because it is given that area of the larger square, okay, if twice the area of the smaller square, twice the area of the smaller square is subtracted from the area of the larger square, the result is 14. Okay, so see this, twice the square of twice the area of the smaller, 2x square. If you subtract from the area of the larger, 2x square minus 2x square, then 14 will be left. So if the area of the smaller square is x square, so the area of the larger square will be 2x square plus 14. Okay, according to the question, 2 into 2x square plus 14 plus 3x square equals to 203, because in the condition it is given that if twice the area of the larger square is added to 3 times the area of the smaller, the result will be 203. So 2 times the area of the larger plus 3 times the area of the smaller, that is equals to 203. Now multiply by 2, 4x square plus 28, 3x square minus 203, if you take in left hand side, that is equals to 0. So 7x square, 4 plus 3, 7x square minus 175 equals to 0. Divide both sides by 7, so it will be x square minus 25, that is equals to 0. X square equals to 25, so x equals to plus minus 25. So x equals to plus minus 5. So implies that x equals to 5 or x equals to minus 5. So but x equals to minus 5 is not possible, because length of the side can never be negative. So x equals to 5. Okay, so as x equals to 5, then you have to find the area of the x equals to 5, means this is the side of the smaller one. Now you have to find the area, side of the greater one. So you can get the area, then you can find the square root of the area of the larger one. So do it. Area of the larger one is, you can place the value of x, so it will be 2 into 5x square plus 14, that will be 64. So side of the larger square is square root of 64, means 8. So hence the length of the smaller square is 5 centimeter and length of the larger square is 8 centimeter. There is alternate method you can use for solving question number 46 also. Let the side of the smaller and the larger square be x centimeter and y centimeter respectively. Side of the smaller square is x centimeter and side of the larger square is y centimeter. Okay, then this is then the area of the smaller square is x square and the area of the larger square is y square centimeter. According to the question, y square minus 2x square equals to 14, because first condition is given that if you subtract, if twice of the area of the smaller one is subtracted from the area of the larger one, it will be 14. So y square equals to 14 plus 2x square. And second condition is given that twice of the area of the larger is added to 3 times the area of the smaller, that will be equal to 203. Now here from equation 1 we can place the value of y square here, so you will place the value of y square, so it will be the equation in x square, so it will be 7x square. So after simplifying, it will be 7x square minus 175 equals to 0. Then after dividing both sides by 7, we have got x square minus 25 equals to 0, x square equals to 25, implies that x equals to plus minus 25, that is x equals to plus minus 5. So x equals to 5 or x equals to minus 5, but x equals to minus 5 is not possible because length of the side can never be negative, so x equals to 5. Substituting x equals to 5 in equation 1, we get y square equals to 64, so y equals to plus minus 8, so y equals to 8 or minus 8, but 8 minus 8 is not possible because length of the side can never be negative, so hence the side of the smaller square is 5 centimeter, length of the side of the larger square is 8 centimeter. So this is all about chapter number 5. Okay, so read the questions and answer very carefully and revise again and again, and see the example part also, and prepare yourself for the exam. Okay, in next class we will start a new chapter. Thank you.